we're going to be diving into the Freemasons, so let's get started. Here we see corporate structure that they have. There's 33 rights to their thing, and there's different rights that I'm not too familiar with. I'll have to get back on the part 2 for this, because they have a very interesting Turkish, Solomon, various esoteric traditions that are very interesting. But as far as the nuances, I haven't got too much into in terms of research, but I do like to stick to the fundamental principle objectives and dogmas they believe. So it is believed that their origin is from the Middle Ages, from the 11th century onward, something like that. And that's very possible because there was a lot of labor guilds, labor unions, trade guilds at that time of construction workers or masons wanting to get a higher wage for their skill or trade. So it's very possible, but I don't think there's too much documentation of it. Here we see Pythagoras, who was a geometrist. He is very crucial in their dogma or ethos because he was one of the first people to be very geometric in observing the numerological phenomena we see in this realm. And obviously in this picture we see that duality thing that they love to uphold, left-hand path versus right-hand path, and the perversity that is believing in both at the same time. And I think that's why we see so much in their iconography, and we'll see later on in this presentation a few slides down. I think their reverence of just having it all over their material and their iconography is, in and of itself, is perversive of right-hand path stuff, of being obedient to authority and being repressed by your religious conviction. But nevertheless, they also uphold Solomon. Solomon, all credit to Nick Fuentes, he was a conjurer of demons, and he was the first trade person, international trader or center. He communed with all the demons of the Middle East at the time to facilitate trade with all these various tribes, and became very wealthy, and eventually defied God with his ignorance and disobedience. And that story is very important to the Freemasons, because not only did he build the temple, which is what they call their quasi-churches and where they meet, but also the dualistic belief in believing in demons while also trying to worship, or seemingly worship, a god. So Solomon is very prominent in their rituals, I would believe. I'd venture to believe.